Hey friends, this is Namrata. Hope you all are doing good. This video session is a continuation session related to our Salesforce flow. If you haven't had an opportunity to watch our video related to Salesforce flow, please do watch that specific session. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for all your wonderful feedback and comments that you have provided for our channel SMDC One Stop, and we really appreciate all your feedbacks related to that. If you're watching our channel for the first time, I would request you all to please subscribe our channel and share it with your friends and colleagues to get notified for the upcoming videos. So as I was discussing, this topic is a continuation topic related to Salesforce flow. Let's get into the recap of what we have discussed in our previous video session. We have covered or we have discussed about what is a Salesforce flow. Salesforce flows are mainly used to automate our complex business processes. These flows can be used to collect some information from the users, wherein we can make use of the screen component, that is the guided visual experience, and we can also make use of the flows for behind the scenes automations, for which we can make use of other types of flows like record triggered flow and other flows. Let me show you that once again. So when I try to create a flow, these are the different types of flows that you can create. As I was mentioning, this is something which is related to the guided visual experience, and these and all are related to the flows that works mainly for behind the scenes automation. So in our previous video session, we took a business use case. So, and what is a business use case? A use case is you have you want to build a screen component wherein you collect some basic information from the user and perform certain actions based upon whatever the information that you have collected from the user. What and all are the information that we have collected? We have collected like what is the first name, what is the user last name, phone number, email, company, and the description. So once we collect this information, we made use of the component which is existing in the toolbox, that is a create records. We create the records based upon whatever the input, whatever the users has inputted in the screen component. Create the records, that is lead records. Once the records are created, we made use of the component called as a get records, with which we'll try to get all the records that we have created, the previous records that we have created, and finally we provide a screen to the user saying that the record is created successfully. So that was the use case. In today's video session, what we will be covering is how we can embed this particular flow in our guest community user. So let's get into our dev environment. Go back to our dev console. From the home tab, quick find box, search for the sites. So we'll make use of the already existing guest community site. Under the digital experience, look out for the all sites. And if you're watching our video for the first time, I have a lot of videos related to customer community, that is experience cloud, wherein you can go ahead and take a look into those videos and get some understanding about how to create a what is the difference between guest community, sorry, what is the difference between customer community, partner community, what is a guest community portal, how can you go ahead and add a lot of other features into your community. So you can go through that specific playlist and get a detailed understanding about the community cloud. So for our demo, what I have done is I have created this community called as a guest community. Let's go to the builder and we'll just walk you through what changes we have done. It is what we have discussed in the previous sessions as well. So just a simple guest community user, wherein if you go to the general, here you see that you are enabling the public access. When you are enabling the public access, it means we are letting our guest user view this particular URL, whatever you are embedding onto this particular flow, sorry, this particular community, the users will be able to access it. That is publicly, it can be accessed. The site name, we have given it as guest community, and for the guest community, you have a guest community profile. So this is mainly an unauthenticated user. Theme, it is as it is. I haven't added any of the languages here. Navigation also, I have not added anything. Mobile publisher, there is nothing. Advanced is made no changes. Security and privacy, I've kept it as it is. Developer, there are no changes, and updates, no changes. So these are the small changes that we have done. And then I've just added a rich content editor here, which briefly describe welcome SFDC viewers. Now, whatever the flow that you have built, the flow what we have built was first flow demo, right? This is the flow that we have built. Now I want to make use of this particular flow and add it to our community. And how can you do that? Let's go to the components which is on the left hand side. From the component search for the flow. Here you see under the process automation, you see this flow component. Now this is a component with which you can add any of your flows which are existing in your org. So now try to drag this particular flow component from the component section to the content section on the community builder. So here you see the flow component has been added. However, there is no flow which is being chosen. We haven't selected any of the flow component here. So on the right hand side, you can see it is asking me to select the flow name. So if you recall, we have created our first flow demo, right? This is our flow name. So I'm choosing that. It is added over here. As soon as you add the flow to our community, you have to ensure that you're publishing your community. Let us try to publish the community. Once you publish the community, the changes are live. It is basically in your production. If you're publishing the community, the end users will be able to view the changes what you have implemented. So now let us try to test this. How do you test this particular guest community? Go back to your all sites. Here you see, right? Copy this particular community URL and try to open this in the unauthenticated browser. And how can you do that? That is incognito window. Open it in the incognito window. Whatever the URL that you have copied, try to copy that and paste it in this particular incognito window. And you will see that this is how, as soon as our customer users, that is as soon as our guest community users open this particular URL, this is how the page will looks to them. This is how the page will be appearing to them. Welcome SFDC one stop viewers. And I'm asking, asking the users to key in some information based upon which the details will be captured and will be saved in the Salesforce. Now let us try to key in some information and verify whether a record is created successfully or not. I will give numcard 1235 email nnn@gmail.com India. Hey, so just as basic information I'm entering. Now as from the user perspective, as soon as the user tries to enter this information and click on next, oh, we got this error. So I guess I need to delete couple of records that I have created. So let's go back to my leads and I will try to delete the leads which I have created because there is some limitations. That is the reason I am getting those errors. Let's try to delete the leads that I have created soon. Now let us try to test it again. Let's refresh the page and try to fill in the information. Just give some details. At gmail.com. I'm filling some basic information and click on next. Here you see, congratulations, record is created successfully. What is the first name or what is the last name that I have given? All those details are being shown up and it is telling the users that, hey, whatever the record or whatever the information that you have keyed in, the information has been captured successfully and everything is done from the customer's perspective. And when customers tries to click on finish, it will go back, take them back to the same page. That is a welcome page, SFDC one-stop viewers. Now, from the Salesforce perspective, we will have to verify, right, whether the record, whatever the end user has entered, those record got created successfully in Salesforce or not. And how do you do that? Let's go back to our all leads and try to verify whether the lead got created successfully or not. Let's refresh the page. So here you see gg@gmail.com, right? So this is what is the lead that I have created, and you can verify that the lead got created successfully, and whatever the information the end user might have entered on the community, all those details are captured successfully in our Salesforce in the form of a lead. So what is the first name? What is the company the user has entered? What is the phone number? What is the email address? What is the description the user might have entered? All those details are being captured in our Salesforce. So this is the end-to-end implementation of the Salesforce flow. So in our first session one, we have made use of created a simple screen-based flow. In the second session, we made use of the same screen flow, and we have embedded the screen flow in the guest community, that is a experience cloud. That is what we have for today's session. We will come up with another video topic in our coming session. Until then, please do take care, stay safe, and have a good day. Bye bye.